Okay. Well, are you guys all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably more nervous than you guys, but
trust me, you're not.
it'll be great. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to the Self-Love series with me, Cass Atiga, where our journey is to share and spread self-love through others and their story. Today, we have two guests on the show, and it is Tina and Nisha. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yes. So just like we do in the beginning of each episode is just sharing good news that you guys have going on.
Good news. I don't know, I guess it's just this year in general has been good. I think one of the greatest things that's happened so far is just my family. Like, the relationships are tighter now than as before. Like, with my older brother, I didn't hate him, but I just don't get along with him. But like now I can say, like, I can sit down and have a serious conversation with him, and it's meaningful or like, impactful.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's great.
I still hate him though. But no, I love him. I'm just kidding. Okay, my good news, like my sisters are freaking replenishing the earth now. Like, I love it, but I just got a new niece in like October and then a new nephew last week. I'm obsessed with anything baby, so I'm like, I'm like living my best life.
I love it. So great. And then you two are cousins. How are you guys related?
I don't know how
She's
we're related.
really my aunt. So
Okay.
My grandma and her great grandma are sisters.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. But you guys have always grown up being close?
She's just like obsessed with me. She will not
Did you
leave
guys
me
always like
alone.
each other? Because I feel like even if you're cousins, there's like some of those cousin relationships where you hated each other at one time. Was that
I told
ever
her
the
the
case?
story when I didn't want you to come to the movies with us.
Oh yeah, so it was like the first time that I actually ever hung out with them. Was it your birthday? Yeah,
No, I don't remember.
It was someone's birthday, and I just remember Bobby, her mom, was like, "Oh yeah, Nisha, come to the movies with us." I didn't ever know this until after, like, years later. Tina's like, "I didn't even want you to come."
Like, I was like, who is this girl? No, but her dad and my dad worked together, and that's kind of like how we knew of each other.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Got it. Well, nice. Look at where you are now.
I know.
Besties.
You're blessed.
No, you're
freaking
blessed.
blessed.
So the next thing is just sharing what you love about yourself. What would you guys say?
Do you want to be like physical and like
You can.
characteristic?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have always actually loved this about myself. I know everyone loves it about me, but like my sense of humor, like I love that I can like help make things seem like they're not so serious, and like I love making people laugh. So I think that's like what I love about myself. Physically, it's gonna be my hair, because I've put this thing through hell, like trying to be Khloe Kardashian. And it's still here, you know, hasn't fallen off. I love it. Thank you for being here today. But yeah.
And is that your natural hair color?
The top part is, like this right here, some of the blonde that I'm trying to,
Okay.
like,
It's
little
pretty.
by little.
I love it.
Thanks.
What about you, Nisha?
I think recently is my laugh. My laugh is like very obnoxious though. Like it's ridiculous, but I feel like someone just always commenting, they're like, "Nisha, your laugh," and I'm like, leave me alone. It's beautiful, okay? Yeah, my laugh. I guess something physical. I would say my smile. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good job, guys. Way to name those. And so for the episode today and why I have these two on, we are talking about self-love through being single. And I want to just clarify, because I feel like there's also almost like, and maybe it's just in like the cultural community, that there's like a stigma almost, or like a negative almost in when it's said or whatever in being single. And I just want to clarify that that's not at all what this is. I know for myself, the times in my life when I look back being single is like when the real glow ups happened. And like, I feel like it's a blessing of a time to have, just to like enjoy being with yourself, know who you are. And the growth through just that, I think is huge and important. So I'm excited to talk about that with you guys today. And so with that being said, could you ladies possibly share like how being single has been part of your journey with self-love, or maybe just how being single ties in with self-love for you guys, like the importance of it.
It's like a lot of, not alone, but it's like a lot of like you time, you know? And I love that. Like everyone who knows me knows like I love my time like by myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of like you time and really like getting to understand yourself and really getting to like know yourself.
Yeah.
Like what you love and like not having to worry about like what others, or like not having to worry about like the burden of others. Sorry, I'm so popular. Who is hitting me up? So like just not having to worry about like while you're trying to figure yourself out, like you don't have to worry about like worrying about somebody else trying to figure themselves out. Like a lot of people have gotten married out of like high school and like while they're super young. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, at all. I know for me that would have been probably the hard. We'd be divorced right now, I'm pretty sure. I'm not even kidding. Like I think I would, but like I think I need, like it's such a crucial time for me right now because like yeah, I just need to figure out who I am and what I'm doing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love that. What about you?
I think just like along with Tina, like trying to figure out who I am, and just I think for me it's just knowing who I am so that when the opportunity does come, that I can, like, if anything was to ever happen, like I can still say like I still love myself.
Yeah.
Regardless of whatever the situation may be. But I just think just with being single, I don't know, going along with Tina, like, just finding who you are and staying solid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like for me, I think that like my like self-love journey actually, like because of like an experience that I had when I was single, like that's actually like what triggered like my self-love journey, and like understanding that being single is okay.
Yeah.
And understanding that like so I had this experience with this guy that I was going to try to date.
Yeah.
And pretty much like background about me, like growing up, like if you were not my dad and you didn't have a belt in your hand, like you didn't tell me what to do. I was not changing my mind. I was so sure of myself. I really thought I was it. Like I was the baddest. And so growing up, like I didn't care what anybody said, but after like high school, you know, the pressures of getting married, the pressures of like, are you dating anybody? Are you going to school? You know, it's like, it's real.
Yeah.
But I never paid too much attention to it. I was just like, I don't even, like you're going to not be in my life in 5 years. Don't ask me if I'm getting married. Like you're not going to be here. So there was this guy who came home from his mission. He came home from his mission and everybody was in my ear. Everybody and their mom. Like, you guys need to date. Like, you guys already know each other. Like, you guys grew up together. Like, just date him. And I was like, you know, I don't have anything to lose. Like, I'm going to, like, shoot my shot. I think I'm going to ask him to hang out. Like, we haven't talked since high school. Let me ask him to hang out. And I told my sisters, I'm like, guys, for moral support in case I get rejected, like, this is what I'm doing. And if I come home crying, like, just have the ice cream ready. And they were like, okay, whatever. So I like told my cousin what I was doing, and she was like, hey, I just want to let you know that this individual is having a conversation with another person and about dating, and your name came up, and he said that he would love to date you if you lost some weight. And I just remember, like, okay, just because of who I am and like I just love to be funny, and I was like, this is awkward. And I was like, well, that's weird, his mom is fat. And then I literally, like, that was the, like, and that's the first thing, that's the first sign, you know, I did not have no self-love. But
first thing that comes to your mind.
That was what came to my mind. I was like, no, like, I was like,
right, do you not
weird.
love your mom?
Exactly. So, and I was like, you know, whatever. Like, I'm not one to care. I'm like, whatever, let me just go about my day. But for some reason, that kept popping up. I was like, oh my gosh, like, if he looks at me and he says like, okay, like she can't be a good wife because she has a few extra pounds, or she can't be a good mom because, you know, she's chubby or she's heavy. Right. You know what I mean? Then I was like, how does everybody else look at me? You know? Yeah. And so I started like this mental like self-destruction in my head. Like, you're not good enough. Like if he doesn't like that about you, then the next person's not going to like it. And the next person's not going to like that your nose is crooked and your lips are small. Like all this like self-destruction that I did to myself. So like being single and like going through that, and that was at like the age of like 22, right? And I'm 26 now. So like going through that, and like it just helped me realize like during these like single years, like I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me. you know, like validation. I don't know her. I don't need her, you know? And then it just like also taught me that like even though I don't have a guy right now, or I don't have a husband or a boyfriend, like that's not going to determine my worth.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you should talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
We're like, we don't need a guy to be happy. Like, it would be nice. Like, and we're not saying we're not looking.
Right.
But we're just saying that, you know.
That's not where you place your worth, which is huge.
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing to come from this experience and this journey of yours, is to really, truly feel and know that. Because I'm sure a lot of girls don't yet truly feel that or know that.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Do you guys feel like with your friends or any other family members that are also single, do you notice that, and maybe even men too, do you feel like a lot of them still struggle with that concept of like placing their worth on being in a relationship or getting married? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it. Just with just a few family members, I'm like, why? I've always questioned, like, why would you settle? Like, but then I have to like take myself back, because I'm like, what if this is really like what they have to go through at this time?
Yeah.
In order to find it. But I don't know. I think just for, like always talking to Tina about it, or just for me, it's just like, let me be great. Yeah. And then when that opportunity does come, like, you be great too, and we'll like thrive together.
Right. So for you, because you kind of went in a little more about your self-love journey. So what about you, Nisha? Was it always something that you were like just content in knowing that your time was to get to know you and be good with you? Have you always felt that way, or has it been like a struggle? When did you feel like you realized and had to start working on like being good with just being you, you know, and loving yourself better?
Like 2016, I would say, is when it started. Like growing up, I always was like, if I didn't like something or if I didn't want to do something, I was okay with it. And like even like throughout high school and like junior high and like elementary too, like I just always did the right thing, like, or tried to. And then it wasn't until 2016. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. Before that though, like I always knew in my head, deep down inside, like even if I would joke about it, like, yeah, I don't have a boyfriend, or just joke around about it like that. I always knew, like deep down, I know like I'm gonna be married, or like I'm gonna get married, but I never questioned marriage until like the fallout between like my parents. Oh gosh, I don't even want to get emotional, but it was 2016 when there was just a lot going on with our family. And I just like remember like my parents, they just always had like, they were just constantly fighting. And I just remember like one day my mom came in the room, and I don't know if my brother was gone, or my younger brother, if he was already on his mission, but I just remember she came into my room, and she's like, I just want to let you know, like last night, I told Dad to leave. And I was like, what? Like, what's going on? And I think maybe at that time I was just so like in denial with what was going on with my family, that I was like, this is not my family, like, the heck. And so she came into my room, and she told me like, yeah, your dad this, your dad that. And I just, from that moment on, like I was just numb to everything. And I just felt like, I don't know, everything was just dark. And so going into like 2017, I was still like numb to everything that was happening. My dad wasn't home anymore. And so but my parents were like doing the back and forth thing, so it was like confusing for me, because I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, what's going on? And so 2017, like the middle of 2017, I was like, you know what, Nisha, like, stop being sad. Like, you are either gonna grow from this or you're not. But like, I wouldn't say, because I mean, yes, the situation between my parents is why I questioned marriage. But like at that point, I was just like, there's no such thing. Like, even if I do get married, I'm going to be married for this many years and just going to fall out. Like, it's just, there's not going to be any hope. Like, what is love? And so, so the middle of 2017, sorry, I'm all over the place.
No, you're good.
The middle of 2017, I was just like, you know what, you got to figure out what you want to do, Nisha. Like, at this point, it's you. Like, it's just you. You need to figure out what you want so that that situation doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
And so I just, like, that's when the whole self-love journey started. Like, I started hiking and just, like, doing physical things and, like, just trying to spend, like, more time with my mom. Because at the time, it was just me and her at home.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, somebody has to be strong. Like, if it's not my mom, like, I don't know what it's like to have someone. And then they just, like, you know, like, literally that's your world. So that's where my self-love journey started. And then, just from then on, it was just got to keep moving forward.
Awesome.
Just pushing through.
I love that. Thanks for sharing that. So what have you guys felt has helped you guys to stay? Because like you said, you know people that struggle with kind of being in the place that you guys have worked to get to now. What do you guys feel has helped you to kind of continue to feel that way and just being content with using this time to get to know yourself and loving yourself? Like, what has been your, maybe like your self-care practices, things that you've done that's kept you optimistic and positive in your journey right now?
A lot. For me, I feel like I'm always in my head, like, about things. So, like, I'm okay, like, for me, it's gonna sound so weird, but, like, my self-care is, like, cleaning. Like, I don't know what it is, but, like, give me a vacuum and a mop in an hour and, like, I'll be a whole different person after I'm done. Like, I love cleaning. And I think it just reminds me, for me personally, it just reminds me, like, the space around me needs to be clean in order for me to have good energy. And, like, the spirit or the universe, whatever you believe in, can't dwell in uncleanliness. But also just remembering, like, your surroundings. It's important to remember, like, your surroundings, but also, like, in your head too. Like, it's important to clean this. It's important to declutter, like, your thoughts and, like, so for me, I think that that's been, like, the most helpful thing is just remember that, like, my thoughts are, like, they're super powerful. Like, your thoughts are really powerful. And so just remembering to, like, clean those and, like, whatever's up here that doesn't serve you, like, let it go. Yeah. You know, it doesn't serve me to be upset that I'm single. Just kidding. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't. Like, it really doesn't. You really do just have to keep pushing. Like, you know, and it's, I'm saying it, like, so nonchalant, like, just keep pushing. Like, it really is, you know, easier said than done, but you can definitely do it. Like, you know, I always come back to this, like, little saying, like, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. My family is not uncomfortable that I'm single. You know? And so, like, I don't know. So to me, that would be, like, my way of, like, self-care, or, like, getting over those little, like, tangents that I get on being upset about it. I love that.
Awesome. Do you find yourself, do you feel like it happens though often to where you get in that mind frame of feeling sad about it or sorry for yourself that you're not?
Like,
because I get that you're a strong woman, you know. I feel that vibe even before, like, getting to know you. Like, you exude that already, but, like, that part of being human, do you feel like that comes on a lot of, like, feeling sad about it sometimes?
Yeah, a lot, especially during, like, holiday seasons. Like, it would just be nice to have somebody. But, like, even, like, my sister the other day, I don't think she said it, like, in a rude way, but I went on a date in, like, October, and she was like, oh my gosh, well, like, hopefully this one works out so that, like, for Christmas and, like, Thanksgiving, like, you can bring him around. It's not just you. And I looked at her and I was like, and even if it's just me, like, I'm enough. And, like, she was like, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? But I think it's just, like, sometimes, like, those little, like, remarks that people actually don't mean in a bad way that we let get to us. And, like, like, I remember, like, I called Nisha, like, guess what, Tina just told me. And she was like, we were talking the most crap for an hour. But, like, I think that, like, just, like, don't let those little things, like I said, like, everybody is not for you and you're not for everybody. Like, don't dwell on it. Like, just keep it pushing.
So that's kind of your automatic go-to when you get in that space is to clean.
Yes.
I love that. What about you?
I will go over to their house. Or I will make a phone call to someone and just like talk for hours.
Yeah.
Like for me, that's my self-care, to like get out of it. And or if not that, like if I'm by myself, it's just like journaling and like talking crap.
I love that. Like, so good. I definitely get that, and needing to like vent in some way to get it out. Something you said that I wanted to like go back on, because I love in just not sitting and dwelling about it and like feeling sorry for yourself, and like it doesn't serve you to just sit and be sad about like not having someone yet. It makes me think of a quote that I heard sometime this year of, it doesn't serve you or anyone else to sit around thinking you're a piece of crap. And I think that it's so true, and it's kind of like a blunt way to say it,
right?
But when you think about it, it really doesn't. Like, how is that helping your situation? Like just the same as mine. Like, it doesn't help me to sit and cry around everywhere that I'm like not pregnant yet. Like how is that gonna like manifest it happening? Like, it's just not, it just continues like the negative. So I love that you brought that up, because some people could be like, okay, well, easier said than done. We know that, but again, when you really sit and think about it, how is it serving you? How is it helping you? And it kind of just ties into like, it's how you view it in your cup, either being half empty or half full, however you look at it, and changing your mindset is huge. So I love that you brought that up. What are some of your guys' issues you feel right now in the pool of options, or the lack of options, you could say, that's out there right now? What are some issues you guys are seeing out there on these single streets? Like, what's an automatic absolutely not?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
All of a sudden, you don't know.
Yeah, like I don't really know. Like, do I? What is yours?
I'm pondering right now.
Like, I think that I don't really have, like, okay, you're that, like, absolutely not. Like, I don't think I have
Anything like that specifically?
But I think that it like relates back to my like experience that I had with that guy, like saying like I would date her if she like lost some weight. And I think that it just like, for me, like, how can you even say that when like you don't even understand my body? You don't understand like for some people to lose 2 pounds, like they have to just drink water for 2 days, and for me I have to climb Mount Everest, like you know. So I think like for me, like that for me was like, I am never gonna be that person to be like look at somebody and just be like, wow, like I'm not dating you because your hair is disgusting or something, you know.
Them based on
I don't know, and I don't understand them at all. You know
humbled
what I mean?
you.
It really, oh my gosh, it really did, girl. I was like, I thought I had self-love. I was just full of myself. So like, no, it
that
really
was
did.
Me.
And so I don't really think that I don't have like an absolutely not, like, don't like interrupt me when I'm talking, like, then we're good. Dude, that's like a pet peeve. Don't interrupt me. We're good.
Well, that's good. What about you?
I don't think I have any either, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more like a gotta get to know you kind of person in order to kind of make a judgment. Like, I've always told Tina them this, like, I've always liked, like, not like, everybody's beautiful, but I've always liked not like the guy that usually the girls would go for look wise, like appearance wise. But for me, I'm like, I can't base my judgment on you if I don't know you. Like, you
guys are great. I love that. So what are you guys looking for in somebody then? If there's no absolutely nots, then what are your, like, even if it's not like physical wise, like what are things that are important to you that you want to have in a future?
I think for me, well, after going through the temple, for me, it's a priesthood holder. Like that's all. I mean, given like be funny or whatever, but it's a priesthood holder that respects and honors his priesthood.
Love that.
What am I looking for? I'm looking for somebody that doesn't expect me to make them a better person. And the reason I say that is because this has been coming up a lot lately, but like, you know, that term, finding like your better half. I hate that term because I feel like it makes it makes me feel, at least for the people who like haven't been so fortunate in finding somebody who are older, that they're not already better just by themselves, that they have to have a half to be better. And I absolutely hate that. But what I'm looking for in somebody is like, don't expect to date me and be a better person. Like, I'm going to be a good influence on you, but I need you to be a better person on your own. I'm going to be a better person on my own, so that, when we come together, what Nisha was saying, we can thrive, we can amplify each other. I think that's all that I'm looking for, is just be a better individual for yourself. Don't try to be better for me. I'm not trying to be better for you. I'm going to get better for me. And like I said, then we'll come together and we'll be great. But I think that's what I'm looking for. Because I feel like, I only say this because I have a cousin who's dating somebody, and a lot of people are annoyed with who he's dating, and they're like, she doesn't make him better. And I'm like, why is that her responsibility to make him better? Yeah. He should be better, for himself. He should be better. She should be working on herself to be better. Together, they come together and they're great. But it's not her responsibility. Because, we can be great influences to people, but at the end of the day, it's all them. So exactly. What I'm looking for is that you already are trying to be a better person, that you already are trying, to be great.
I love that, because that's great. I love that you brought that up, because you don't have to have someone to make you whole. You're whole on your own. So that saying in your better half, it's like you said, that makes it then that you're not whole if you don't have somebody. Right. So I love that. That's so true. And I love that you brought that up, because I feel like that's such a huge thing, especially for like young girls. I don't know where it came from, but I feel like it's almost like a normal thought to cross girls' minds that they are responsible for making a guy better, or that you're expected to help him be a better man. And it's like, absolutely not. That's what, if anyone's going to do that, that's parents. Like that is your mom and dad that teach you that. You shouldn't have to teach someone that as a spouse or be a mom. And then by the time you're even looking to be in a relationship, you're old enough to make that decision and those choices on your own. So I love that, because I feel like so many girls are trying to change or save a guy, and even vice versa, obviously, like you brought up, but it just doesn't work that way. So, and I feel like if you're in that mind space, it sounds like both of you aren't ready to be in a relationship yet. Exactly. If you're trying to save him or fix him and he isn't seeing an issue to do it himself. So I love that you guys brought that up. Anything else you guys can think of? Or anything else that bugs you, maybe when it comes to being single and that other people say, or what you're expected to do? Do you guys come across that a lot, especially maybe with like older Polynesians, when they make you feel like you should just settle so that you're not single?
Well, not only that, but like my aunties or even my sisters or like my cousins, they'll be like, you need to learn how to cook so that you can be wifey material. And I'm like, even if I don't know how to cook, I'm wifey material. Like, you don't know, like, my ability to support and love is A1. Like, I don't need to know how to cook. And even if I only cook one day a week, we're going to eat all day. So it's fine.
My worth isn't based on my cooking.
Exactly. Like, if he marries me because I cook well, then we have a problem.
Right.
But like, I think like the whole like, oh, like you guys need to like make sure you're wifey material. It like, it just bugs me. I'm like, no.
Like that there should be a checklist almost for you to be worthy to be married.
Even my dad, he'll be like, are you doing this? Are you doing this? I'm like, are you doing that? Like, I know you're married, but are you doing that? Because that's still something you need to work on, Like, I hate that, like, wifey material type of stuff, you know? But
it just comes down to being a good person.
And
really again, if you know how to love yourself and be good with yourself, then you're going to be good. Then you'll know how to properly be a good spouse to somebody else. What about you?
I think my biggest pet peeve, and I used to have I used to get mad about this, but my biggest pet peeve is like when we go to families' houses or just like someone we haven't seen for a long time and they're like, why aren't you dating? Or why are you single? And I'm like,
What kind of question?
Answer that for me, because
Right.
I want to know too. Like, let me know when you find out. But that's one of my biggest pet peeves, and it's like, I haven't seen you for a long time. Like, so I used to tell Tina all the time, like, is that all I'm good for? Is a relationship? Like, does having somebody else make me better? Like, ask me how I'm doing. Ask me like what's going on in my life. But that's one of my biggest.
And I don't know if we'll ever be able to change those people, because it's the older I feel Polynesian people, and that same as asking me like, no baby yet, like, any babies yet? Like, obviously not. Or the other one of like, wow, you got big. Like, like, anyways, what else are we gonna talk about? So I get that is annoying, but at the end of the day, you know you're not going to change them, so you can't like let it get to you.
And their intentions are actually so good.
It's good, but it's just like
they don't really know like how it affects them.
Think before you speak, okay?
Yeah, like I love them, like, but yeah, they don't know. Yeah. Is how I look at it. Like I'm not going to be mad at them, but it is irritating.
Yeah. Do you guys feel like there is any, for you personally, because I feel like everyone's different, but do you feel like, say you've met somebody and you're going to be like willing to like go on dates and get to know each other more, do you feel like there is an automatic indicator for you, and then maybe like advice for others? Because I feel like there really are people that are clueless of like a sign when it's like it's going to be toxic, like let's walk away from that situation, like not worth it, I'm going to like pass
up like on the person.
Yes, like of continuing to pursue it. Maybe they're like still interested, but do you feel like there's any signs for you guys that are telling you that it's going to be a possible toxic situation and to not continue?
My intuition never lies. Oh, that's all that I know. I've never been wrong. Dude, I don't know.
Women's intuition is real though.
Because I feel like a lot of people these days, and I was listening to this podcast and she just like hit it head on. But she had said that like a lot of people these days that they're just like, I'm just going to fill out the vibe and then I'm going to go from there. Anaya Ivy.
Yes.
And you know, and she was
anyone can give a vibe, sis.
Anybody can give a vibe. Like you can create whatever vibe you want. You know what I mean? So it is.
If you're doing it based off of vibe, absolutely not.
So it's like kind of hard to like sometimes like differentiate like the vibe and what's real. Yep. You know what I mean?
And your like intuition.
I feel like you just have to have like if you are like getting any instinct of like this isn't right, like this could be toxic and this person like, you know, then like you need to have those conversations with that person. Like if you're spending so much time with them, like be real, like get deep, like talk to them and get to know them so that you can know like they can't freaking give you a vibe with words. Like
exactly.
Be real, you know.
Be more than that.
Yes.
It doesn't just need to be like physical, or it should never just be based on the vibes when it feels good, because when you keep getting into it, it ain't always gonna feel good.
Exactly. So, it always feels good at the beginning,
right?
Like it's new, so it feels right, but it always ain't. So,
but also what you brought up in like talking to them too, if you're feeling some type of way, I think that's big too. Because I feel like, and I always agree with being like respectful and nice to people just in general, but I feel like especially as girls, we're like raised to know that you should always be respectful and nice. But when it comes to dating and being in situations like that, if there's ever a time where you're not feeling it or you're uncomfortable, like letting go of that thought that you need to be respectful and quiet and just go along with it to be nice. I know this is kind of taking it in a different direction, but just in the importance of like speaking up. If you feel a way about something of an action that they're doing, something that they said that makes you feel uncomfortable, or just overall you don't feel comfortable and you don't want to be a part of that situation, to like speak up and not just feel like you have to be nice and respectful to sit through it when it doesn't feel good. And that ties into like listening to your intuition. So I love that you brought that up. Do you have anything else?
No, Tina is spot on.
Yeah, love that. Oh my gosh, I loved that podcast episode. I was like talking to myself in the car, like yelling, like, oh my gosh, yes, this is so good. I love her. And so just the last thing to bring up is just what your guys' advice would be, like the both of you said, sometimes it is hard and you are never solid 100% of the time. But what would your advice be to any other single men or women that are struggling to feel like okay or content with the current circumstances of not having someone? What would be your advice to them?
I feel like I have a lot of advice. No, I'm just kidding.
I would say, well, for me, I would say just show up and show out for you and do your best. And, like, don't let the pressures of, like, the world or your auntie or your cousins, like, on you getting married, don't let the pressure of that, like, make you settle for anything less than you are.
Yes. Love that so much.
I wish, like, somebody, like, screamed this in my face after I, like, freaking graduated high school. But, like, my first piece of advice would just be, like, get out of your own way. Like, sometimes the only thing standing in your way of, like, progressing and growing is you because of your own doubts. So I feel like stop self-inflicting. Like, a lot of the times it's self-infliction.
Yes.
You know, like, stop and just get out of your own way. And the second advice, which I am trying to take within these next 20 days of the year, would be, like, don't wait to get married to do something that you want to do.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not saying go freaking have babies because you want to have babies, you know, and you're not married. Or if that's what you want to do that. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, if you're like, I want to go to Bora Bora for my honeymoon, like, why are you waiting for a honeymoon? Honey, pack
Go
your
and
bags,
do it.
grab your best friend and go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so don't wait. I think that, like, like, for me, at least, the reason I was waiting, and I was like, the reason, like, I'm not going buying my house yet because I want to wait till I get married. It's like I was waiting for somebody that I felt that I needed, like, I didn't have the right person to have that experience with, but the right person is you. Like, at the end of the day, like, you're the one out here having your experiences. Like, you just live. So don't wait. Just get up and go.
Yes. The real relationship goals is self-love.
You're with yourself.
Start with that.
Yes, I love that.
And I love that you bringing up don't wait, because that would be just something I thought of too. And, like, take this opportunity by yourself to think of things that you can do. Basically, like what you said, how can you make the most of just being by yourself right now? Because everything changes when you're not, in both good and sometimes bad ways. So don't wait to go on those trips you want to do. Don't wait to get the place that you want to get. Don't wait to get the job you want to. Whatever it may be, think of, okay, what could I do to, like, elevate my life and myself right now while I don't have somebody. I know even for myself, and that's why it can apply to people that aren't even single right now. Like, just that's something that me and Muka try to think of, like, okay, what can we do to, like, be better people in the time frame that we're waiting to become parents. And I think everyone could relate that to something different that they're waiting on in life that hasn't come, that they're hoping for. And just thinking of what you can do to live a more full life and just to be better people individually, because it's that and gaining that relationship with yourself and the fulfillment that comes with, like, progressing, that, I mean, you can't really, someone else can't give that to you. Only you can give that to yourself. So I love that you guys brought that up. Was there anything else?
Well, you know, we were just talking about this before we came in, but, like, just take risks.
Yeah.
So I feel like even for men and women, like, just take risks.
Right. What do you have to lose?
Yeah, exactly.
Your pride, and that can be lost. That should
But
be
I
lost.
feel like, that ties in well with, like, what you said at the beginning, like, you getting in your way.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I feel like with that being said, I think that all those things could tie into, like, the call to action for everybody this week that we try to do on each episode. So for a call to action, I would say would just be to think of that thing that you've wanted to do but you felt was too risky, or you felt like you needed your better half to do it. Think of those things that you've wanted to do and start making a plan on just doing it. Like, start the ball rolling. Get it done yourself. Plan it with friends. Plan it with someone that you're close to. It doesn't need to be a significant other. And just do it. So would you guys agree? Want to add anything else on that? Okay, awesome. Let us know what your plan is and what you're planning to do in taking that risk to do something fun for yourself and that you've always wanted to do. And thank you for joining us on this episode. And thank you too also for being on. For those of you that don't know, or for those that don't know, how can people follow you guys if you want them to? You know, if anyone wants to get in touch, you know, how can they? Where can they find you?
I'm just kidding. I don't have a social media, so 801 so no, I'm just kidding. I have a Snapchat, Tina93.
Awesome.
I only have Instagram, me95 _ I think it's twice. I don't know.
Oh,
it's somewhere on there.
Awesome. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you.